As a reminder, please mute yourself unless you are appearing or testifying before the division. Good morning or good afternoon. This is a hearing before the Mayor's Office of Consumer Affairs and Licensing for the City of Boston. Today is Monday, November 7th, 2023. Today's hearing is being held pursuant to temporary amendments to the open meeting law. That is what allows us to meet virtually. With us today is Executive Director Kathleen Joyce and myself, Rebecca Fu, Director of Operations. Calling the first item. K&K Restaurant Group, Inc., doing business as Estella, 49 Temple Place, Boston, Massachusetts. Manager of record is Helder Brindau, to maintain and operate live entertainment categories consisting of disc jockey, dancing by patrons, karaoke, instrumental and vocal music, and floor show until 2 a.m. for 7 days a week to the existing non-live entertainment license. Who is present on behalf of the applicant?
Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's Helder Brindau.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Is there anyone else with you this afternoon?
No, it'll be just me.
Okay. And then you can go ahead and present.
Mr. Brindau, you can go ahead and present this application to us.
Oh, I apologize. So the establishment already had entertainment with Ivy's 49 Social. We're kind of continuing the same thing. It's more of Fridays and Saturdays. Some live entertainment, maybe jazz, a live DJ, just to give our guests some entertainment of live music or a live DJ playing, and through all three levels. We're really a lounge, not much really dancing. Maybe we have tables and seating downstairs. Maybe in the future it'll change, but it's more of a lounge where, you know, it's just to kind of give people you know, some music and live entertainment and have a good time on a Friday and Saturday night for now.
What do you mean for now? What's the larger plan?
If Thursday is a good day, then we'll go Thursday. You know, I don't see Sunday, but that's why I applied for every day. But I would imagine that that's not going to happen. But if someone wants to host a private event, we don't have to go in and pull in a 1 day pass for the downstairs and whatnot.
So we heard an application on the liquor license side last week for this same location to operate as a supper club. And the testimony was it was not going to be a nightclub.
Last week?
Yes. And you are requesting.
This was for a liquor license?
Madam Chair, I believe you're thinking of the next application.
Oh, gosh. All right.
Oh yeah, we're not a nightclub.
All right, Tom, I was wondering why you didn't join us.
Okay.
All right, Helder, back to you. In your lease, it says you will not operate as a nightclub. Are you aware of that?
Correct.
Okay.
We're not operating as a nightclub. I have full blessings from Talal, the owner. It's the same thing he's operated. It's the same thing Ivy's operated.
Okay, you have requested dancing by patrons, but you have not requested a dance floor. So can you explain that to me?
We don't really have a dance floor. I don't know if you're familiar with the floors. The only thing would be kind of the first level. And maybe you know, excuse my ignorance, but if someone wants to dance, I just don't want, you know, we don't have a dance floor per se. So that's why I just put it on there just to be on the safe side. If down the line we do decide to have a dance floor for events and whatnot, then we have it. But The only place that would be more of a dance floor is the lower level, which is somewhat the basement. That would probably be a dance floor.
So do you anticipate moving tables and chairs after a certain hour to allow people to dance?
Not at this time, but in the future, so I don't have to apply again, yes. I don't know how often I have to reapply for live entertainment. But we're not a nightclub. I don't want nightclub headaches. I'm a restaurant.
Okay, so your testimony today is that you're looking to have live jazz, a live DJ on all 3 floors. Some,
One live DJ.
okay, lounge
So,
tables,
It's all connected. Just want to clear that. The system is all connected through all 3 floors.
okay,
And a jazz we would only have room. The restaurant's pretty narrow. And you have limited upstairs because of how many people could be upstairs, because there's one regress. So the only live in jazz would be kind of on the lower level. And again, I'm thinking of Talal had 49 Social had they hosted a lot of events. And I'm also thinking of that, so we don't have to constantly be pulling in for like a private event. Liz Miranda for the city, so the mayor will be there on the 11th. So they're pretty much she's renting the entire restaurant. So having a live band or a jazz band or whatnot is something that we would do something for a live event of that sort.
okay, so would you say the entertainment would complement the dining service?
That's all we're trying to do.
As far as noise mitigation and preventing it from emanating outside your licensed premise, what are you doing? Could you please describe what you've done for soundproofing?
I rent the level above me, and all the neighbors love me. They're going down to the restaurant all the time, so they don't have a problem with that. If you want testimonials, we can get it for you, but it's I rent the top floor for that same reason.
Is there only one unit above you?
Correct.
Okay,
So the one that he says used to get complaints, I rented it out. One, not only for noise and that, but also for storage. We have very limited storage.
okay, so should sound issues arise, how would
We
someone
lower it.
contact, what's that?
We lower it.
Okay, but my question is, how would someone contact you? By email, by phone? Have you,
Phone.
maybe you can,
So
describe
it's only, the building is us. And then he owns the apartment above. So directly above us is us, right? And then it's only 5 units in the building. And they all have our phone number because we're all connected through boiler systems and everything. So we all have to, when we want to go to the roof, we have to call a tenant. And when they, if one of their panels shut off, they have to come into our restaurant. So they all have our contacts.
okay. And can you describe for me what your abutters and community process was like? Did you meet with who you met with, and were any concerns raised regarding this entertainment application?
There was no, I asked, I think we have like a school next, it's not really a school, but business, no one's really there. We've asked them, they were fine with it. The Bonjour Cafe is the next door, they're not open, they won't have a problem. And then the 3 owners of the condos, which is Rank and the owner of the building as well, none of them have an issue. They said Talal's been there, Ivy's been there before with 49 Social, and there was never any issues. And we plan to do it the same, so.
Okay, let me just check my notes.
We're listed as a nightclub, but I keep saying we are not a nightclub.
Typically anything that's paired with dancing by patrons, we kind of considered like a nightclub.
Oh.
Especially if you have live
already
music.
says nightclub, that's what I'm saying.
Okay. So just to confirm, you have not installed any kind of noise soundproofing?
It already has it.
It has it. Do you
We
know what?
have removed 8 speakers from the building. That's how many speakers were in the building.
Okay, but like, do you know what kind of soundproofing is in the license premise?
The soundproof, I don't know.
So there isn't any soundproofing?
There's plenty of soundproofing. The whole building is soundproof. It's made out of bricks and stones. The whole building is sound.
But so there was no specific soundproofing installed for your premise, so it doesn't emanate to the residences, nothing like that.
It was, he had insulation put in before, but that was way before us. We didn't do anything. We haven't made any changes as far as sounds. We've actually removed sound.
Okay,
We've removed 8 speakers from it. 2 in the back, 4 downstairs, and 2 in the main level.
And your landlord knows that you're applying for this this entertainment license.
Oh, he's encouraged me since the beginning.
Okay. And I'm just sharing that because the terms of your lease says you cannot operate as a nightclub.
He doesn't want nightclub headaches. I don't want nightclub headaches.
Okay, well, so right now, are you planning on having any private events that you sell tickets to, bringing promoters in?
Promoters, I won't have control. I could fill the restaurant right now with promoters, but I don't want to.
Okay, so the answer is no promoters.
No promoters.
Private, do people have to buy tickets to private events?
No,
Okay,
not really. We're gonna do private events as in corporate events, but
okay,
I think that's buying tickets. They would just have probably like, you gotta spend a minimum.
just buyouts.
Yeah.
Okay,
okay, Rebecca, do you have any questions before we move on to public input?
I just had one. Did your neighborhood liaison require you to meet with any civics associations or neighborhood groups?
No,
No, okay,
we had already discussed this through the liquor license and all.
okay.
Yeah, I met with everyone else.
Okay, so are there any individuals who would like to testify, beginning with elected officials or their representatives? No. Okay, and are there any other individuals who would like to testify? Okay, is there something in the chat?
Let's see.
All right, okay. Seeing none, the division will take this under advisement. Thank you, Helder.
Thank you so much for your time, and I did send you the certified mail receipts that you asked for, as well as the
Perfect.
newspaper.
Thank
Okay?
you.
All right, you all have a wonderful day, and I'm safe to exit.
Yes,
All right, thank you.
I'll be in touch. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye now.
Okay, and now moving on to our second and final item, we have Stark Hospitality LLC doing business as Hugh, located at 90 Exeter Street, Boston. Manager of record is Nicholas Saber. To maintain and operate live entertainment categories consisting of audio device, jukebox, widescreen TVs, disc jockey, and instrumental vocal music until 1 a.m. for 7 days a week. And who is present on behalf of the applicant?
Good afternoon, Executive Director Joyce, Director Fu, Tom Miller on behalf of the licensee, or the applicant in this case. I'm joined today by the manager of record, Nick Saber, and other members of the ownership team. I can kick off the presentation. All right, just wanted to
Go
make
ahead.
sure. Stark Hospitality has applied for this live entertainment application as you described. This will enhance the ambiance, and that matches well with this food-driven concept, as Chairwoman Joyce has heard on multiple occasions in other venues. This is a food-driven concept with globally inspired menu of shareable plates. throughout the establishment in the upstairs hotel bar and the downstairs supper club and speakeasy style establishment. We're proposing to operate the live entertainment from 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. Inside the premises. We are not proposing to have any entertainment emanate outside the premises to the patio that exists. Here, the proposal is, this adds the ambiance and complements it of the upscale supper club and the speakeasy concept, the intimate speakeasy concept in the basement. I know this establishment has been operated previously as a nightclub in multiple previous iterations, most recently Speakeasy, or Storyville, sorry. Storyville in their previous location. This is not that. This is a restaurant. I've said it before, I'm gonna keep saying it. There's no dance floor. We're not applying for dancing by patrons. This is simply to add to the overall concept and ambiance of a high quality, high class supper club, a intimate speakeasy style restaurant bar in the basement, and a high class hotel bar in the lobby. This ownership team and management team has a lot of experience operating establishments with this type of live entertainment. We have this is something that will add to, as I've said, this is something that's going to add to the ambiance. This is not anything other than enhancing experience at a high quality restaurant run by experienced restaurateurs and helmed by a high quality chef. We want to thank you for hearing this application, and we're happy to answer any questions you have.
Thanks, and sorry for the confusion earlier. What is your
You're
occupancy?
juggling a lot of stuff.
Yeah, hearings all day. I appreciate it. What's your occupancy?
The total seating capacity is 273. I don't know if we've received final occupancy yet.
Okay, and have you been inspected yet?
I'm going to defer to Nick on that. I have not seen a
Our
inspection
final
certificate.
inspections have not come through yet. Yeah.
All right. So describe for me what the community process has been.
So the community process took place prior to my involvement. I know that Nick and our former associate met with NAB. Connor is here. I know there was some confusion on that in the past. I've been attempting to get some clarity. I also know that Nick has met with the direct abutters at the Trinity Place Condo Association individually at least once, if not multiple times. We've been in contact with them as well to discuss this proposal with them and go through, explain to them what we're proposing and what is actually happening here and assuage those fears.
Nick, do you want to add, can you tell me a little bit about your meeting with Trinity Place Condo Association and NAB?
Sure. I mean, with anything, obvious concerns are what happens late night and what the, again, their experiences with Storyville in the past. And we've invited them to walk through. It's a very, very different concept. It's very, very upscale. It's a completely different look and feel. We've completely gutted the entire place and revamped it. Our chef is trained under an Iron Chef. So it's a very, as Tom alluded to earlier, it's a very chef-driven, food-driven, establishment. To answer a previous question from the previous thing, we actually did invest about almost $100,000 in soundproofing, both in the lobby area as well as in the basement. So we replaced the entire ceiling. I'm sitting in here, so that's why I'm pointing. We've replaced our entire ceiling in the lobby area and added soundproofing layer throughout this lobby area. The hotel added rooms above us in their construction as well as around the bar. So we did a bunch of tests where we've actually been playing, just testing the sound, and you don't even hear it in the lobby. So we can play music in the bar and you don't even hear it in the hotel lobby. Also, we've noticed, I think one of the problems that Storyville had was when we did our construction, we had to rip out some walls that had some mold and so forth. There were actually some chimney columns that went all the way through the building that weren't filled up. So we actually were able to apply some soundproofing in all of those so that would stop the sound from emanating throughout the building, as well as in the rooms above. So the ceiling in the speakeasy, as well as in the other area, have all been replaced, and an added layer of soundproofing was put in all of that. So we did spend quite a bit of money and resources trying to make sure that, you know, we don't, the sound doesn't emanate outside of our facilities, both not only for the abutters, but also the rooms that were added right above the area downstairs, as well as around the lobby bar. We want to make sure that the sound is contained in the room.
Okay, and
Sorry, the sun is coming through.
that's okay. I can hear you fine. Can you confirm for me there'll be no dance floor?
There's no dance floor.
Can you confirm you're not planning on moving tables to allow people to dance where they want?
Correct. We are not planning to move furniture or tables or
Okay.
chairs.
And the type of entertainment that you're requesting is permitted by your landlord?
It is. It's within the lease, and there are sound control measures in our lease as well.
Meaning you had to,
We, you know, the soundproofing and everything that we did is in
Okay.
conjunction with the hotel to, again, try to contain, you know, the noises.
will you be charging cover charges?
Not that I believe, no, because again, it's a dinner club, so you have to eat.
Okay. You haven't received your final occupancy yet, but you think it's about how many people roughly?
Hold on one quick second.
I might have it here too. I
It's
see.
72 seats upstairs and 177 downstairs is the
Right.
number of seats.
But do you have an engineer's estimate?
We
on
don't,
what they-
they're doing the final thing right now, right, George? They're doing the final,
We're currently waiting for Arthur Chu's office. Sorry, this is George Abujodi. Arthur Chu's office is finalizing the plans as we speak, and that number is divided between 3 separate rooms.
Okay. And private events, so you're gonna be doing private events that are open to the public where you sell tickets or anything like that?
no, I mean, private events, like more like corporate events. We've had people request to do corporate events, and do like, you know, corporate dinners and things, but not private events like that where you're selling tickets.
Okay. One second. All right, Rebecca, do you have any questions before we move on to the public?
I guess just one. Towards the end of the night, will you have, you know, staff outside? Do you anticipate like a large crowd leaving at once, or like trickling out throughout the night?
It will be, people will leave as they finish their dinner, as they finish their evening, and we will have staff outside just to have eyes on the street as it is.
Okay. Perfect. That's all the questions that I had. Okay, are there any individuals who would like to testify, beginning with elected officials or their representatives? Don't think I see anyone. Okay, are there any other individuals who would like to testify? Oh, sorry, I see a hand raised. Conrad?
Yes, hi. I'm Conrad Armstrong from 439 Marlborough Street, representing the Neighborhood Association of Back Bay. The applicant met with us about 11 months ago. And at the time, they did tell us that they're going to be getting, this was in regards to a liquor license, but they did tell us they're going to be applying for entertainment license with the description that is very consistent with what's before the board here today. So I do appreciate that, Chairwoman Joyce, you remember that we have concerns about the bottle service, but that is admittedly a separate issue. In terms of this application, NAB does not object to this, and appreciate that Nick pointed out that they're having tables that cannot be moved out of the way for a dance floor, and that goes a long way for us just not objecting to this. So thank you.
Thank you. And are there any other individuals who would like to testify? Seeing none, the division will take this under advisement, and that concludes our hearing for today. Thank you.
Thank you very much.